I'm Sarah Nanjala. I am a Master of Global Affairs student at the University of Notre Dame, specializing in international peace studies. And I'm originally from Kenya, and I've been working with the Pulte Institute since February 2021. I am part of the SHARE project, which is the Supporting Holistic and Actionable Research in Education, where I support the part of the study that deals with innovation ecosystems. So that entails researching about how universities can partner more with government and industry to produce innovation in a country. And we are focusing on three main countries, which is Kenya, Indonesia, and the Philippines. In Kenya, prior to coming to Notre Dame, I was a journalist. So I did a lot of covering and reporting on education issues. So that was the first basis of my insights towards what I do in Pulte. I was also very much exposed to doing research for my work, which also became very important as a huge part of the work that I do for Pulte is research. So I go through a lot of literature, do a lot of literature reviews and summaries, and also specifically with the project in Kenya, I am more able to understand the environment in Kenya, and I've been able to provide useful insights in some of the meetings that we have had. I was part of a webinar presentation to the team in Kenya where we would introduce the study to them, and it was very interesting and very I was kind of like an asset in that I know about the country very well. I know some of the things that the researchers in Kenya are talking about. I was able to take on them very quickly and also give insights to my team on Pulte. So my first instance of joining with Pulte is because I wanted to be busy around campus aside from my studies. So that was the main reason why, or the first reason that I joined Pulte. But also I have been very interested in working with organizations that use various development tools to help in low middle income countries, and education is one of those so to speak development tools that low and middle income countries can use to develop themselves and create income or create an environment to which they can move away from being developing countries to more developed and stable countries. And so also, with Pulte being like a global organization where it works with different countries, so I was also attracted to that. In my program, I'm a global affairs student, so anything to do with global development, global issues is very interesting for me. And so Pulte provides me with that ability to work with an international organization while also partnering with local organizations, local countries, and also our partnership with USIP, which is not only international, but it's also very US focused. So it gives me a very nice balance into understanding the global development sector. I was also very interested in the research part of it because I do a lot of research. In the research that I used to do before, I would consider it not very serious research, but now I'm kind of doing a very serious research, and it's a very huge project. So I'm not only learning a lot from them, I can also see how I can contribute, and that has helped me even become a better researcher, which is then also helping me with my studies at Notre Dame. Highlights or I feel so much as part of a team, because normally, like a research assistant, you just feel like, you think you're just helping with the work that the main researchers don't want to do, like the Excel sheet, like filling of data and all that. But more recently, my tasks have become more interesting. Like, for example, one that I can mention is the webinar presentation that we had. So we presented with a colleague of mine. We presented to Kenya, Indonesia, and the Philippines the overall aspect of the study, which is a big thing because it's a big study. So we were able to present this, what the study is about, and introduce this very huge study to these countries. And so we were part of that like inaugural process of the innovation week, which was very interesting because I grew up in Nairobi and I would attend this innovation week, but I was more of a participant. But now, I'm part of the panel who's like contributing and talking to those who are attending the conference. So it's been a very nice journey so far, and I feel like every time I'm being challenged, and every time I'm given more interesting tasks. So I'm sure I'll have more interesting things to do in the future. But it's been good so far. I think the main issue is that more and more we see like there's like a lot of evidence of how the world is interconnected. Most recently, we've seen how the COVID pandemic has kind of made the world like where you think things are so far away from you that are coming to you now. And even with the war in Ukraine, you see a lot of global issues some way, one way or the other, affect you. And so for students, they need to have this awareness that a lot of issues are interconnected in the world. Whatever is happening in Asia or Africa or Middle East or in the US or South America, they are all interconnected. We need to have that idea that even in terms of development, in terms of progress as the world, we need to consider each other, like each country, in that while for example, like in the US right now, like the development of the US is it's not completely dependent, but to some degree it is kind of dependent with what is happening in the world. And so whichever career people do, in whatever academic path that they may go to, having this global awareness that we are interconnected is very important. And I think that is why you should work with organizations like Pulte, which recognize this and even gear their attention towards this global. Whichever career people do, in whatever academic path that they may go to, having this global awareness that we are interconnected is very important. And I think that is why you should work with organizations like Pulte, which recognize this and even gear their attention towards this global solidarity and development.